My name is Steffany Suttle, and I am an enrolled member of the Lummi Nation, but I was born and raised in Texas, and I came to the University of Washington to go to graduate school because I wanted to know more about my Native side.
Here's the story of 6 Native American women. This is my humble attempt to give Native American women a voice about body image. As a young child and as a young woman, I searched mass media for images that I could relate to. And all the ads that I was bombarded with over the years, all the television shows and movies that I watched, I always wondered, where are the Indian women? Where are the women who look like my mother and my aunties?
One thing I'd like to add about Fry Bread Babes in particular is that as an undergraduate student, I was a women and gender studies minor, and so all of my classes tended to focus on white women or maybe African American women and maybe Asian women, but never usually Native women, Native American women. And so I wanted to make this film to address what seemed to be a gaping hole in women's studies as far as body image and films about body image goes. And so as I say in the opening of the film Fry Bread Babes, that film was my humble attempt to give Native women a voice about body image.
I'm happy with myself whatever weight I am, and I've gone up and down through my life, and I just have to be a happy person and have good self-esteem anyway. So I think weight and weight issues and body image is more about, for me now, about happiness, health, and feeling good rather than trying to look like somebody else.
I have another question, and you don't have to answer it if you don't feel comfortable answering it, but have you ever thought about like having plastic surgery?
When I was on Northern, I thought about it. You know, what did they call that when they suck the fat out of you? Yeah, lipo.
The film I guess I'm most proud of that I've worked on would be Fry Bread Babes, because it's been used in a drug treatment facility for young Native people in Oklahoma, and it's also been used in a talking circle for women that have been victims of violence. And so I'm really proud that the work has found a home outside of the academic sphere, and that it seems to have touched many people's lives. And I say that humbly because I have received emails from different women across the country and even some men, and so I'm really proud of that. I also wanted to kind of do it with a light touch. As an undergraduate student, I had seen so many depressing films about women and body image, and if you know many people in Native communities, you know, even though maybe they have suffered historical trauma or recent trauma in their own lives, they still have a sense of humor about things. The original intention behind Strong Hearts was just to raise awareness about the images of violence against Native women in mass media and how it's so common that most people don't even think twice about it to see an Indian woman get raped, beaten, or shot or killed.
Only a body that is seen as pure can be violated. The violation or rape of bodies that are seen as impure don't count. They are seen as inherently rapeable. And that is what has happened through the logic of genocide. Native peoples have become seen as inherently rapeable, inherently violable, and by extension, our lands are inherently invadable.
Some people, I think, find it uncomfortable to watch because there are a lot of very violent images, and so, but some people, I think, can appreciate it on a certain level.
And I'll just give one example to illustrate this from the Sand Creek Massacre. I heard one man say he had cut a woman's private parts out and had them for exhibition on a stick. I heard another man say he had cut the fingers off of an Indian to get the rings off of his hand. I also heard of numerous instances in which men had cut out the private parts of females, stretched them over their saddle bows, and some of them over their hats.
I hope that if people do see the film that they take away the idea that that this violence that is depicted shouldn't be so commonplace. It shouldn't just be accepted as a fact. That there should be some outrage. That movies made in 21st century shouldn't. The Indian woman shouldn't automatically get killed or raped just because she's an Indian woman.